The purpose of stories in the Old Testament are not to give us moral examples, which is often what we do with Bible stories when we're teaching them to children. And unfortunately, I think sometimes we do that in the pulpit when we're preaching them as well. I think our first goal when preaching the Old Testament is to try to find what's the theological message of this passage. What does this passage reveal about how God deals with His people? How is God dealing with His people then? And what does that say about how God deals with us? And sometimes we have to appreciate the differences as well as the similarities. I think there are various ways that the Old Testament, whether they're stories or proverbs or prophecies, psalms or whatever, ultimately lead us to Jesus. I think sometimes they point out a need that only Christ can provide or only Christ can answer, a sin, a recurring issue of disobedience in the lives of God's people. I think sometimes the person, the event, the episode may be a type, or it may be a preview of Jesus in some way. It's foreshadowing what Jesus would do. The sacrifices point to the death of Jesus. The kings of Israel point to Jesus as Messiah. The priests of Israel point to how Jesus would be our high priest. So we look for ways that they anticipate or they foreshadow Jesus, but many times it's just the general pattern of the passage. It's not all of the specific details. And if we go and try to find Jesus in every part of the story or every part of the passage, I think there's a real danger that we'll end up allegorizing the text. And I think that's not really being faithful and honest with what the text is asking us to do.